download. Come over here.
Oh, man.
That was interesting. I'm now 4-6. You're now 5-5. And the team is 6-4. This might end as one of the more balanced nights.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, we could just stop right now and be like, hey, all right, we had a good night, guys.
Have a good night.
I mean, if you play this game, you're always welcome to quit while you are, in fact, ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is always an option. You can end on with a better night if you just know when to say when.
Yep. There are many times when I just openly admit to myself, like, I should stop right now. Clearly, what did I finish last night as doctor? 6-4-3, is that right? No, 4-6-3. 4-6-3. That 4-6-3. I lost 9 out of 13 matches, and I probably
See, that's another aspect, though. Sorry to cut you off. Of being a killer.
Mm-hmm.
As a solo survivor, you do not have the option of a tie. You either win or you lose. There's no, like, a solo survivor doesn't have a tie. You either get out of the or you don't. Whereas the killer does have the option. You had 3 ties, which aren't necessarily losses. They aren't necessarily wins either, but you had 3 games where you're like, you know what? I played well enough in 3 of those games, to kill at least 2 of the survivors. They're not losses, not wins.
That's true.
Yeah, like
I said on a few of those. That, hey man, if I play 100 games with Doctor, and I tie every game, there are people who are going to want to argue. See, you can't win, and I'm like, yeah, but I can't lose either. So
yeah,
you gotta remember that there are 2 sides to that quarter you're flipping.
Yeah.
And the first thing I want to affirm, and I'll do it every time I talk about the streak, I should not be winning any games without perks and add-ons. I don't know what my MMR is, but I should not be winning any games with a killer with no perks and no add-ons, whatever my MMR is. There's no way that should be a thing. Because I don't know what my MMR is, but it can't possibly be 0, because I won 57 games as Strapper, 56 games as Wraith, and 60 as Billy. And that's a lot. That is a lot.
Yeah.
So whatever my, whatever's going on, whatever I'm doing, whatever my MMR is, I should go 4-6-3 a lot of nights. Now, here's something else that I want to make sure that I emphasize, because I'm talking about the streak. In every series, I don't think I've ever been below 500. Like, I don't think I was ever below 500. But in every series, I have had one big losing streak. And for the record, I don't know if I had a losing streak, like a huge one. I absolutely lost 6 games, and I absolutely tied 3 games. But it might have been a 5-game losing streak. It wasn't 6 losses in a row.
Right.
So.
And that's important too. It wasn't 6 losses.
Yeah. Yeah, it might have been 5 in a row. I don't know. I could look. I could literally look. Because I keep stats. I'm looking at game 21, and I won game 20. So lost 21, tied 22, lost 23, won 24. So it wasn't that big a losing streak. It just wasn't. And that is, that is something that I want, I keep noting, like, don't worry, man. I think there's evidence here to support the assertion that endgame works just fine. Because sooner or later, I either play survivors who are super altruistic, or I had one game a couple nights ago where I still believe they had no intention of getting out. They were perfectly content, like using head-on and flashlights and whatnot. They were getting a laugh, and I'm not angry at them because I'm a more experienced player. I'd feel differently if they did that to my wife, but they were playing with all the perks that I get a chuckle out of when I play with them. But eventually, like, I found my rhythm. I got him. I was trading. I was doing the right thing. But I won that game. But I would accept any assertion that, like, well, they weren't even trying to get out. I can't pick my opponents, their play style, or what they're doing. Like, all I can do is play my games, keep track of how long my chases are, how many gens get done. I just play my game. I never lobby dodge. I don't DC on purpose. I can remember 2 games where I disconnected accidentally. Like, like my power went out or something weird happened. But that was it. All right. But, yeah. So here I am playing this game where I just downed my 3rd survivor. I got my third down, and 479 seconds into the game, the last gen is done. And yeah, that hurts. But even last night, I'm like, dude, this is interesting. Is this the character who proves you can't win at high levels? And that I have 70 some odd games to determine that.
Yeah.
And I think 70 games is a lot. I think 70 games is a whole lot.
Ultimately, what it might just prove is that the doctor is that one killer that really needs to be reworked.
It might. Now, what I will admit here is the 2 or 3 times I played Doctor before I brought him into this challenge, the 2 or 3 times I played him, I played with range and speed add-ons. And it is really causing me a lot of pain figuring out the timing. In fact, last night is when I realized it's actually impossible to shock and then swing right away. There's a 2-second, and that 2 seconds is agonizing. But there's a 2-second gap where you're sitting there trying to swing, and you just ain't gonna. Which means Doctor is less effective at camping. Oh, hey, that's cool. I didn't want to go to Raccoon anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll show me. Hold on, I gotta look at this hook real quick.
Survivor disconnected. It was a mastermind who was bringing RPD. Remember when killers used to complain about survivors bringing RPD? Yeah.
You remember how all the maps are survivor sided?
Yeah.
Evidence Exhibit A.
But there's. I guess it's good to have both killer and survivor sided maps.
But even last night, my 3 ties, I remember 2 of them I remember one where I actually said during the game, like, I'm going to chase this person and I'm going to leave this camp and I'm going to pay for it. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Because I felt this instinct of pity. I felt this millimeter of pity where I'm like, nah, 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 nah. I got this. This game's won. I was wrong, but that was my fault. That was my bad play. And I know that there are at least a few times when um, I I needed to where I needed desperately to be more effective with my blast, and I don't have that timing down yet. Um, and so when you don't have the timing of that blast down, it's gonna affect you.
Yeah, and in time you might get that timing down, or you may
I
not.
think I will, but that's
And you
why I
know,
still think I now look, even if I lose this challenge, what it proves is I can't win with Doctor. And I believe that me being unable to win with a character is way less telling than me being able to win with a character. So if I can win with Wraith, anyone can win with Wraith because I am not a killer main. Does that make sense?
yeah,
But on the other side, if I am unable to win with Doctor, I'm a survivor doing a killer challenge. Like I I believe that my wins are more telling about how the game helps you play as killer, and my losses say more about my talent. Now I might be trying to have my cake and eat it too, but the most you can argue is okay, Doctor needs a rework. Okay, but does the Doctor need a rework because I win 48% of my matches without perks or add-ons? What will happen if I just put on a perk? One, so last night, my wife got bullied by some survivors, and I don't mean like she got beat handily. I mean that these survivors played in a very, very unloving, unkind way, and they were real jerks. So I got mad, and you know what I did?
mm,
I pulled up Trapper, my best killer, and I put on a build, and I quickly demonstrated the killer's the one you don't want to piss off.
you got back into a game against those same people.
No, no, and I didn't even play as toxic as I could have. I just went into a game and I just wanted to like I explained in the beginning like, hey guys, this is what just happened to my wife. And hey, if you gen rush and get the doors open and get out, good job, that's your job. If you body block and get the unhook, if you flashlight blind, that's your job. But the things they were doing in those games were things that they were doing to be mocking toward the killer. They weren't running away from the killer, they weren't chasing the killer, they were just being jerks. So I talked about it while I played the game. Now, I didn't play the game like harshly or brutally. I played the game the same way I've been playing any game in my series. And I won pretty handedly. Now someone might argue, didn't all but one gen get done? I'm a trapper. I completely expect all but one gen to get done. I count on it. But then my build took in and I had one survivor give up because it's too oppressive. It's too oppressive. But I brought in some add-ons, and then I explained. You know what I could have done? All I needed to do was put a locker, a trap there and there, there and there and there and there, and the survivors, they can get in if they're willing to get injured, and if they try to get out, the trap automatically resets in 2 seconds, and they're dead. And if I slug them and I leave them in there, they can never ever come out. I could have slugged them all out. Like, these are things I could have done. I didn't. That's not how I played. That's not how I would play. But I explained, like, if you make the killer that angry, or if the killer just decides to be a jerk, you need a whole lot to go your way if you're going to try to play like a jerk as a survivor. And if you make these young killers, if you make new killers in the game that angry, and you play that toxically, then they're going to get better. They're going to level their killers up. They're going to find the most brutal add-ons. and then you're suddenly mad that killers camp in tunnel. Now, again, I still affirm camp, tunnel, gen rush, bring on the best items and best add-ons, do it all. But the killer's job is to hook you and kill you, and the survivor's job is to do the gens and get out. Now, a killer who knocks down all 4 people and watches them all bleed out, that's toxic. Survivors who 99 all 7 gens and loop around the killer while doing the gen because the killer's too new and doesn't understand what's going on, that's toxic. And you're going to create a monster, and then you're going to want to complain about killers. It's just not wise.
Yeah, but nothing puts a check on killers for playing like that. Right?
Well, nothing puts
like
a check on survivors.
Well, no,
all I'm
just
saying
said
is
killers do put a check on survivors. That's what you just
well,
literally said. Like, you're going to create killers who will own you when you play like this. And what I'm saying is, when a killer plays like that, there's no check on that killer. The killer's
that's true.
free to play in any way they choose. And we got that. I'll go back to the dredge match. It's not like we went into that next match like, all right, we're going to own this killer now because of that how we were embarrassed in that last game. Like,
well, even if we wanted to, we couldn't.
That's because we cannot put a check on the killers.
Right, but my statement is my statement was these guys at any point can take over the game. So, like, don't create the problem. Don't be the one the killer justifies himself with. Wesker?
Yes, Wesker.
I think. I have no idea where he is.
I don't know. I had a light heartbeat. I found a gen. I'm going to get on it.
I'm looking at a gen. I'm just waiting for a heartbeat to go, but it's Wesker. There might not be any way. Yeah.
Ran into a wall.
I don't even know where it is.
Pallet. It's over here by me. Bottom floor.
I'm on the bottom floor too. The other guy's just standing here. Okay, I think he's on me.
Oh, he's going for the save.
On me.
Cool. Back on my gen.
I think he thought I went downstairs. And I did not do that.
Oh, little tunnel action going on there.
Yeah.
Or she just ran right into him. I don't know. When gens are completed, it reveals auras.
Oh, and I'm right here. Okay, I think he left me.
Save.
Well, I'm right down the lane from it. Try to give him something else to chase. Oh, he's on that guy. That's good. But okay, that guy's running. That guy's playing cool. I think this damage is just about done.
We should probably find her while she's above us. She needs to jump down here. Let's heal her.
She's on a gen, God bless her.
Oh my goodness. This,
Alright.
Just revealed
come on.
I'm coming.
Yeah, what is that, Bitter Murmur?
Well, that's no.
I got this safe.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah, I got it. You saw me, I think. Definitely saw me.
Go! Run by, run by, run by, run by.
He's gonna let himself die on a hook, though. That's... No, I shouldn't have done that.
No, you're good, you're good, you're good, because I'm right here. I wish you wouldn't have done that. I would have made it to him in time.
Oh, yeah, well, no, he knows he's getting tunneled.
Is he really getting tunneled? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
sure is.
see? And then he DC'd.
He's going upstairs.
I'm downstairs. Gonna look for a gen. Usually there's one here. There's not, though. Why would there be one here when I need it? Anywhere? Oh, he's on her? Wow. Yeah, I'm near the hook.
He's coming here.
Are you sure?
Assuming as much. No?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Alright. My gen was just humming along though, right where he put that hook.
Oh, nice hit! He timed that perfectly, but I got a gen out of it, so one gen left. I think you let me die, and good luck on the hatch. That's what I think. What do you think? He is going right at you. And, yeah, I don't know, man. Still have a heartbeat. Still have a heartbeat. We were the last two who died.
Yeah.
He's still here. I don't know where he is, but he's here, so just stay up there and wait for the... Is he on you?
No.
Because I don't see him, but I hear it. Oh, sorry. I'm hearing, like, he's right here somewhere.
Yeah, no, he is, he is.
I'm worried that doing
He
that
was
will
upstairs.
alert him.
Yeah, he was upstairs. I just saw his glow. Yeah,
So
he's
do
here.
I miss?
He's here. Yep.
Alright. Can't even miss a skill check on this. Alright, get downstairs, Ben. Now. Luck.
Yeah, here he is.
Did
Wow!
he get you?
Wow!
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Didn't even
There
have
it
a
is.
chance. Yeah, but like I don't think we played like Turks in that game, but he sure just destroyed us. You know? Like,
I mean, he did. We were the last two who died, but and you got to remember the David killed himself at 2 gens. Like this game's invalidated by a DC.
He got his adept too. You know, so.
That's not his, because Bitter Murmur is a Billy perk.
Oh, okay.
He seriously beat us with Billy's adept.
Yeah.
I think Spice from the Shadows is all right, but hey, sometimes you get owned.